to another video. Today's video is the recap of New Zealand versus Australia, the final Bledisloe game that took place this past weekend in Japan. What an epic game it was. Some ups, some downs, some unfortunate moments, but that is rugby and that's why we love it. But before we get into the detail of the game, if you're new here and haven't yet subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can join the family. We got a big week coming up, big few weeks coming up. November Internationals is just, it's here, it's a couple days time, and we'll do predictions, reviews, all that stuff. So make sure you've hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on a game. But let's chat about the game that took place this past weekend. You know, a lot to say, dead rubber, nothing to play for, but again, I'll say it, a lot to play for. Australia wanting to prove a point. They wanted to show the world that they're on the mend, that they're on the rise and are developing. New Zealand wanting to keep hold of that number one spot and just show the world why they're the best, and obviously clean sweep the Bledisloe, which they did do in the end. And very interesting game at it. We got 5 tries for New Zealand. Really taking once again the dominant path, but again second half material win there. I mean, it just shows the strength of this bloody team. Australia kicking over, getting 2 tries and obviously converting them, as well as 2 penalties, which got the final score to 37-20. A good win for the All Blacks, obviously 5 tries, bonus point, etc, etc, but really an epic start. Win in the 11th minute, Liam Squire scored a great try, and then I thought, we're gonna see a little bit of a dominant performance from the All Blacks. But then Kurtley Beale kicked a 3 over. It was quite a long kick, and he did quite well to get it. Then Beauden Barrett got a penalty, and then Kieran Reid scored a great try, which got it converted, and then a try at the end for Australia, which gave, I think, some people hope and showed that, okay, they're here, they could fight, they could show that they want to prove a point. And then didn't do too badly, got a penalty as well in the first half. And then changes were made. Beauden Barrett another penalty, and then try for Beauden Barrett. He had another epic game. His kicking boots were on as well, which was brilliant. TJ Perenara didn't have a bad game to start. I must say, I'm tempted to do a video of the two, TJ versus Aaron Smith. I think it could be an interesting one because they're both brilliant players. But for me, if I have to rate of what I've seen this year, I would definitely put in Aaron Smith. TJ Perenara, I just think he's getting better and better and showing, really proving a point, especially ahead of the World Cup, which I think is quite exciting for the All Blacks going forward. And then obviously Rico getting a good try, as well as Ben Smith. Ben Smith, okay, he was a bit quiet at the start, but his speed, the man's speed, is really epic. I mean, that run he did was absolutely out of this world, and really showed a point of why he's a legend of the game, one of the best wings. He can play fullback. It's just amazing what this man can do, and it's just brilliant to see. Then obviously we got the yellow card with the buffle between the Aussie and Cody Taylor, which is unfortunate to see, but you know, the players egg them on, get a little rowdy, and if you're stupid enough to push a guy in his face, I mean, really, as Steve Anson said, you do dumb things, you get dumb decisions get made, and yellow card it was. If it wasn't a yellow, he would have definitely been cited, because it's uncalled for, it's unprofessional, and all that jazz. So unfortunate for the Aussies, they just don't seem to have it there. You know, they had their moments. They showed a lot of heart and character in this game. They really did. They looked like they were improving. Some say this was a thumping. I wouldn't say it was a thumping. Yes, it's a bigger score. But Australia showed improvements. They showed that they can be there to compete in this level of the game. And it's just fitness, tiredness, frustration. I think all these things need to work on, and frustration I then look back to coach. What is he doing, Michael Cheika? What is he doing to motivate these players? We saw them a couple of weeks back when he ripped the team a new one, and they came back and played a damn good second half against Argentina. Is that the way? I'm not a big believer in shouting and ripping off your players' heads. I'm more of a motivator, build them up, encourage them, excite them to play, get the passion going, the love for the game. And for me, if you treat them like that, they will want to play more and play better. And I just don't see that from Michael Cheika. I just see a miserable, grumpy old man who okay, it's not old, but a grumpy coach. He sits there, looks miserable. He whines a lot, and I just feel that connection there isn't the same. Michael Hooper looks very much the same. I know he's brilliant. He is a fantastic player, but they just don't look happy. They look like a miserable Australian squad. Whereas if you look at South Africa, again, yes, we're on the rise, but we're still not in a great place. But you see the camaraderie between the teams. That is strong. That is epic. That is showing improvement. The boys want to play, and we are seeing that. You look at the All Blacks. The gel between that whole team is epic, and that's why they're the best. Ireland, also great bunch of players who are connecting and gelling well within the team. And all the other countries, Scotland, we're seeing them improve. Wales, all the nations. And for me, it's the relationship you have with your coach. If it's good, you're looking good. But if it's not, there's question marks. And if we have to look at the relationships of coaches, it's Eddie Jones and his team and Michael Cheika and his teams. The two most controversial coaches who have the biggest mouths in world rugby. And that's my question mark for it. Is Michael Cheika the right one to take them across? Maybe bring in Stephen Larkham, head him as coach, although he looks just as miserable sometimes. But they need to work on something within the management in order to get this team up and going again, because they have the potential, they have the squad. They need to get fit. I mean, it's ridiculous what they're producing at the moment. And I mean, they don't have an easy they've got a big international series coming up. They've got Ireland, they've got England. I mean, they're going to want to be on the ball, on the money, as they attack on it. New Zealand have Japan next. On that note, what a game. Japan and the world team was absolutely outstanding. The comeback from Japan, truly amazing. All Blacks, watch out. I know you're gonna beat them comfortably, but I won't be surprised if we see a little scare here and there. Wales take on Australia next. That is going to be an epic game. I wouldn't put it past. I wouldn't count out Wales. I think they could maybe surprise us against the Aussies. Australia need to bounce back. They need to bounce back. Then they got Italy. That's pretty much a predictable one. New Zealand also take on Italy as well. Then Australia got England. So, sorry, my correction. They're not playing Ireland. So I thought they were playing the Irish, but it doesn't look like it unless I've had a one moment and missed it. But it doesn't look like it. But yeah. It's not the easiest of contests for them, but they need to shake it up a bit and start playing proper rugby. As for New Zealand, their biggest challenge is England and definitely Ireland. That's going to be epic to watch as we progress to the November internationals taking off. Obviously, Australia only playing next week against Wales. This week we will see New Zealand take on Japan. I'll do a brief prediction for that. And then obviously South Africa, England. So we've got quite a lot of November internationals. So make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on those videos. So yeah, that's going to do it for the recap of this game. Not much really to boast about besides the All Blacks winning again, hanging on to the number one spot. And again, showing why they're the best. Never let them have a breather, because they come back, and that's what they did once again. They whitewashed the Australians in the Bledisloe, won the championship. So epic rugby from the All Blacks at the moment, and I'm looking forward to see what they have in store for us in the November internationals. I think I'm more excited for New Zealand, Ireland than South Africa, England. but it should be an epic game. I'm excited to watch the two teams, but just because it's the two first and second, I think it's going to be epic. So yeah, make sure you subscribe, guys, so you don't miss out on any future uploads. That's going to do it for today's video. Tomorrow we have the preview. Just going to chat about the preview of the November Internationals, predictions, and then a game, then a video on England versus South Africa, and a few others. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any uploads coming up this week. So join the family, and I'll see you guys real soon for another video. Give it a like, and I'll see you soon. Stay safe and never give up. Cheers.